Yes, everybody. Russ, the West Ham Network. Hope you are all safe and well. Very wet day in Hornchurch. Very grey. Certainly not Dubai weather. It's fucking cold as well. Anyway, Hammers Headlines in association with the KUMB.com boys. We did the Rusty Rumour Roundup. The original rumour rating. At lunchtime, we've got a few players. We've over 100 players have been linked to already. It's slowed down a little bit, coincidentally in line with season ticket renewals. Hashtag just saying. But we can talk about a bit of transfer movement today and some awards for some of our youngster players as well. So we're going to crack into that. Let's talk about players potentially coming in. Now, according to ex-Derbyshire employee, he said on these podcasts the other day that West Ham have identified this gentleman. Scooten, Magassa. We call him Maggie May. Magassa as a target for the summer transfer window. Now, we've spoken about a lot of French Ligue players. Indeed, with the news that was broken yesterday about West Ham and Chelsea and Kudus and how we weren't going to have a player, we wanted straight cash, not a player plus cash. There was a line in that article saying that West Ham were in deep conversations with a French-based player. We have been linked to a lot of French-based players. We've spoken about Lucas Stastasin from Saint Etienne. We've spoken about Habib Diarra today already. There's a number of Strasbourg players who've been interested in, the likes of Ismail Doucouré. There's Emmanuel Amiga, Habib Diarra, Mamadou Sarr. All Strasbourg players who Chelsea are interested in. Obviously, Chelsea and Blue Co. There's a sort of relationship there in terms of ownership of both sides. But they may be proving a little bit harder to get. However, Magassi could be a shrewd buy for West Ham if we get him, of course. He's a young centre-back by trade, but has played defensive midfield for Monaco this year. So that sort of dual possibility is useful if you're playing a back three. You can fit into back maybe or back two, and you play in front of the back two. So there's lots of options there. Monaco did say that it happens that a couple of our potential targets also play for Monaco. So there does seem to be Monaco and Strasbourg seem to be two sides we're looking at a lot of their players. And maybe Magassa could be one of those players to come through. We'll see. But we'll keep an eye on that as per usual. A potential outs. Maxwell Cornet. Do you remember him? Do you remember Maxwell Cornet? Do you remember him? Well, obviously he went out on loan, went back out on loan in Genoa, and Patrick Vieira's side were really keen about him. And he believed he found his forever home, he called it. Really sweet. After obviously the failed loan move at Southampton. However, he did get injured with further muscular issues at Genoa. Although when he did play, he scored a few goals, to be fair, and in the short time he did play for Genoa, and they really took to him. So much so it's been reported in news sources that Genoa are now preparing to sign the West Ham loanee once more, with his current deal set to expire soon. Now, the intention is to negotiate a deal with West Ham in the summer transfer window, and while there's no mention whether it be permanent or another loan, the Italian club's intention to keep him is now clear. Even a loan, that's 55 grand a week. That's off the wage bill, so to speak. If we could negotiate a loan extension with his, he's got 2 more years, I think, still in his contract, or even better, sell him. That would probably suit all parties. Maybe Max might have to take a wage, deduction in terms of making that a permanent deal, but maybe put him out to pasture, so to speak, with Genoa. Even what he's earning, it's going to be 2-3 million quid a month, a year rather, we'll save. So that helps the pot, and that's not even calculations we made when we were looking at the players leaving. I think we saved about 15-16 million pounds of wages with the likes of Soufal going, Cresswell, Fabianski, Danny Ings, Zuma. the loans of Evan Ferguson and Carlos Soler is a lot of money. Plus adding Cornet's $3 million on top as well. You'd be saving almost £20 million of wages. Obviously, we need to get those players in, but yeah, maybe he's found the right move for him. Sometimes it happens, isn't it? Sometimes you have to go to a couple of different places before you find the right move. And a player who is on the move in terms of his stock, not necessarily moving clubs, I hope he looks like he's a great player. Preston Fearon, one of my boys. Anyone who watches our academy show every Monday during the season, I speak very, very highly of this boy. He is a superstar in the making. He received further, obviously, he won the Dylan Tabides award in the end of season sort of award thing, which never really did nothing with. But he received further recognition for his exploits during the season has been named as West Ham United's Premier League Scholar of the Year at the recent Premier League Youth Development Awards held at Wembley Stadium. It recognises one scholar from each club who has excelled across all aspects of the programme, both on and off the pitch, and serving as a role model to his peers. Preston's been captain of the under-18s, which led to the Premier League Cup glory, the first ever time the club's done that. And he's also excelled in the classroom as well, working towards BTECs and Sporting Excellence Proficiency Apprenticeship Award. So there we go. He also has been a regular feature for the under-21s this year, and I think you'll be seeing a lot more of him into the under-21s. Now he's completed scholarship and he's signed his first pro deal this season. You'll see him transition more into Rush Green full time and be part of the under-21 squad. And then who knows in terms of moving forward. This boy is mustard. I'm telling you, he has a skill set which is very unusual. I don't really know how to describe him as a player. He David Silva-esque in terms of his ball playing, but he likes to tackle as well. He likes to tackle. He's one of these players who will seem that he's absolutely knackered. The way he drifts, he sort of hangs his shoulders like that. And he'll have the ball and then he'll put an amazing pass through. You know, he's just one of those players who's got real vision. And I think you'll see a lot more of him in the under-21s next year for sure, particularly like, I imagine, Lewis Orford moving on loan. I'd imagine Championship clubs, that's probably where he should be. And then Preston taking on that mantle. And who knows, you know, a decent cup run or something, you know, Potter Mays get minutes for him in the first team. Who knows, you know. Definitely will feature in pre-season, I'd imagine. And he's only a young lad. As I said, he's just finished his scholarship this season, just gone. So keep an eye on him. And that whole bunch, him, Edris Golombekis as well, Ezra Mayaz, Elijah Shawomni, Adiele as well. There's a lot of very, very, very good young players below the 21s coming into the 21s, if that makes sense. So, as I said, the future is bright when it comes to West Ham's youth team. It really is. We've got a real conveyor belt of players coming through, which then in turn means those in the under-16s will be pushed up into the 18s. It's a lovely thing. Anyway, guys, take care, stay safe, stay warm, stay humble. While I have you, if you want to win something nice, I didn't mean to delete that. Where's that gone? Oh, yeah. If you want to win something nice, I've got it here. As I said, when you look at this shirt, first play comes your name. Comes into your head. We got him. D.I.Canio. That's the Sheffield Wednesday song, but Paolo Di Canio. Sign Paolo Di Canio shirt. If you want to win this, simple. Click the link below in description. Hit the raffle button. Enter £5 a ticket with proceeds. A donation will be made to the Iron Sport and Food Banks as well. Last month it was for the Ayrshire Cancer Trust, which Anton's dad's part of. Now it's this month is the food banks. So a proportion of the sales will be going to that profits. Until next time, take care, stay safe, stay warm, stay humble, keep the faith, and come on, you bloody irons. Much love. Bye-bye.